Germany didn't invade Greenland. But in early 2026, Berlin made a move in the far north that sent a clear signal across the Atlantic. For the first time in decades, the Arctic was no longer just a distant frontier discussed in policy papers. It became a live geopolitical test of alliance unity, sovereignty, and power. The message was not aimed at Moscow. It was not aimed at Beijing. It was aimed at Washington.
European leaders rallied behind Greenland on Tuesday following a renewed threat by U.S. President Donald Trump to take over the Danish territory. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk told reporters in Warsaw that Denmark can count on European solidarity over Greenland, and said no NATO member should threaten or attack another. A joint statement issued by the leaders of France, Britain, Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, and Denmark the same day said, "It is for Denmark and Greenland and them only to decide on matters concerning Denmark and Greenland."
This story begins with Donald Trump's renewed fixation on Greenland. During his return to the political stage, Trump once again described Greenland as vital to US national security. He argued that the island was under-defended, strategically exposed, and too important to be left solely in European hands. In several statements, he hinted that the United States might need to take stronger action if NATO failed to secure the territory. For Europe, that language crossed a line.
The island holds great strategic importance to the United States military and its early warning radar system. Any missiles that would come in towards the North American continent from Europe or from Russia would go via this island. The United States military already has a permanent presence at the Bitofik air base, and they've had pretty much unlimited access to Greenland since Denmark and the United States signed a defense agreement back in 1951.
Greenland is not just a vast island of ice. It is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, a NATO member. Any suggestion that borders could be altered by pressure or force triggered alarm across European capitals. Germany did not respond with threats. It responded with logistics. Under NATO command and at Denmark's request, Berlin approved a reconnaissance deployment to Greenland. Officially, the mission was limited to assess terrain, climate, logistics, and security gaps. Strategically, the message was far larger.
We all agree in NATO, we all agree that when it comes to the protection of the Arctic, we have to work together. And that's exactly what we are doing. Then, of course, I'm never commenting when there are discussions between allies. That's not up for me to comment on. But I can assure you that there is complete agreement that when it comes to the assessment of the urgency of the security situation, not only in the Baltic Sea, not only on the eastern flank, but also in the Arctic and in the southern neighborhood, obviously also. But now, concentrating on the Arctic, we all work together.
You have to understand what the Arctic has become. Climate change is transforming the region faster than almost anywhere on Earth. As ice retreats, new sea lanes are opening. The Northern Sea Route could soon cut thousands of kilometers off shipping routes between Europe and Asia. For export-driven economies like Germany, this is no longer theoretical. At the same time, the Arctic is being militarized. Russia has expanded bases and missile systems. China now calls itself a near-Arctic state, and beneath the ice lie vast reserves of oil, gas, and rare earth minerals. Greenland sits at the center of all these dynamics. The island hosts the Tula Air Base, a critical part of NATO's missile warning and space tracking network. Its geography makes it indispensable for monitoring missile trajectories over the polar region. Germany's Arctic move sent two messages at once. To Washington, it said that security concerns are legitimate. The Arctic does matter, and Europe is stepping up. But to Donald Trump personally, the message was different. Security in the Arctic will be handled through NATO, not through pressure, not through purchase, and not through territorial ambition. This moment revealed how much Germany has changed. Once criticized for underspending on defense, Berlin is now shaping NATO strategy in the High North. Reconnaissance missions today are laying the groundwork for permanent coordination tomorrow. For NATO, the Arctic has become a test not just of military capability, but of alliance cohesion. Germany's move helped stabilize that fault line by reaffirming shared rules. As the ice continues to melt, competition in the Arctic will only grow. Deployments may expand, exercises may become routine, but the precedent has been set. Germany did not seize Greenland. It did something more enduring. It proved that Arctic security belongs to alliances, not ambitions. And even at the top of the world, the rules still matter.